Excuse me. Who are you?
Rubius Hagrid, keeper of keys and grounds at Hogwarts.
He's the beloved groundskeeper who famously revealed Harry Potter's true identity.
You're a wizard, Harry.
I'm a what?
Now, he hosts the newest bit of magic in the wizarding world of Harry Potter.
It's just amazing. Best ride ever.
Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure at Universal Orlando Resort.
It's hard to really put it into words. It really is an experience like nothing else.
There's a couple of surprises that even after 5 times riding it, they still took my breath away.
Brought to fans from the creative forces behind the films and theme parks.
We made this as authentic as we could.
We now take you behind the scenes to see how this magical new adventure was born.
I think this new attraction is like nothing else that I think anyone will have experienced.
It was an ambitious undertaking.
Oh my goodness, how do we create an ancient forest within a matter of years in a climate like we have here in Florida?
An experience meticulously designed to fly fans beyond the grounds of Hogwarts Castle.
I had the best time of my life. It was amazing.
You can go into the Forbidden Forest, see what secrets it holds, and some things in there are quite terrifying.
They've done such a great job with the detail in it. Is kind of blows your mind.
Hello, I'm Craig Melvin. Through 7 wildly successful books, a blockbuster film series, and a record-breaking stage play, Harry Potter has become one of the most successful franchises in history. In 2010, Universal and Warner Brothers partnered to create the Wizarding World of Harry Potter at Universal Orlando Resort. Now, after several expansions and the opening of additional parks in Osaka and Hollywood, the creative team has conjured up an epic new experience that includes a beloved character, a magical form of transportation, and one very forbidden forest. Now, we're showing you what it took to pull off the magic. It's 8 o'clock on Thursday, June 13th at Universal Orlando Resort, and fans of all ages have been lining up since before dawn.
We've been here since 2 a.m.,
4:30 in the morning.
Here at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, preparations are underway for the grand opening of the park's latest edition, Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure.
This is a proper theme park ride. The reactions we're getting right now are just people are going, wow, like, this is utterly unique.
On this warm day in June, excitement runs high for the aspiring witches and wizards about to board this brand new adventure. It is also a celebration for the creative team behind the ride and represents years of design, engineering, and construction.
I think there's always a hunger to expand. There's a craving to see more of the world, to explore more of the books, more of the stories, more of the characters.
Alan Gilmore was the creative director on the Harry Potter films and is now the park's supervising art director.
We always, from the UK side, always approach it as a movie, which helps us build this world and create this world. So we started working on ideas. We isolated amazing moments within the books and created this into places.
Elaine Hines, an executive producer at Universal Creative, first started working on what would become Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure in August of 2017.
We wanted to deliver something that the guests had never seen. So we've created a story regarding Hagrid.
Do you think it wise to trust Hagrid with something as important as this?
I would trust Hagrid with my life.
Welcome, Harry.
Hagrid is the Care of Magical Creatures teacher.
Come closer. Let's talk if you don't mind. I got a real treat for you today.
He's really sweet and lovable and kind.
Blimey.
He's a bit useless at magic because he was expelled from Hogwarts.
Hagrid is a gentle giant, quite literally. And it's one of those characters that is so synonymous with Harry Potter.
There's no Hogwarts without you, Hagrid.
Hagrid is this great kind of warm, hilarious, slightly eccentric gamekeeper.
I shouldn't have said that. I should not have said that.
I guess he said the most iconic sentence in all of Potter.
You're a wizard, Harry.
I think all of us, as we read the books and as we watched the films, we wanted to be Harry Potter in that sidecar on the motorcycle. We all wanted to be that student in the magical creatures class that got selected by Hagrid to interact with any of the magical creatures. And just knowing that and feeling that, that's where the story took off, and that's how the entire attraction developed.
It was firstly Universal who came to us in London and pitched this incredible idea. Let's create a world for Hagrid, and we loved that straight away.
Hagrid lives in a hut just on the edge of the Forbidden Forest.
Hagrid.
Oh, hello.
Which allows him to tend to his host of pets and magical creatures. So once the creative forces at Universal established the much-loved groundskeeper as the subject of the ride, the setting for the attraction seemed obvious.
The forest? We can't go in there.
The Forbidden Forest was described by J.K. Rowling as being scary and dark. This is the place where some of the most mysterious creatures live. So we wanted to bring all that to life.
Let's go.
Universal Creative Senior Vice President Thierry Koo said the team jumped at the chance to create the magical and enigmatic Forbidden Forest.
In the books and in the films, Hagrid tells the students of Hogwarts, be cautious. You never know what happens in the forest.
What is it, Fang?
They're always told, don't go in the Forbidden Forest. Harry, of course, goes in it like every single book, and something happens.
The idea behind the ride was established. Hagrid and his motorbike would take riders on a magical adventure through the Forbidden Forest. The grand opening for the new attraction was set for summer 2019, which would give the creative team less than 2 years to bring it all to life. Coming up.
Oh my goodness, we have to create this. And how do we do that? How do we create an ancient forest within a matter of years?
The wizarding world of Harry Potter was about to get a little more magical with the creation of Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. With just a little less than 2 years to design, create, and build the all-new attraction, the Universal creative team has an ambitious task ahead.
We knew that we wanted from the very beginning to immerse the audience in a story, and that story is Hagrid and that Forbidden Forest. And so as we began to develop the creatures and developed Hagrid and design the forest, we realized that what we were doing was we were building show sets and show scenes, which was kind of unheard of for an outdoor coaster. And so at one moment you may be propelling yourself on the bike at 50 miles an hour, and then you'll slow down and you'll enter this beautiful show set scene, and by happy accident we've ended up with this really terrific story coaster.
We've actually joined the story and the thrill together, so you're both being thrilled and being told a story, and that's utterly unique.
In addition to crafting the unique story coaster, the creators are also faced with a challenge of recreating one of the most complex areas of the Hogwarts grounds, the notorious Forbidden Forest.
We thought, oh my goodness, how do we create an ancient forest within a matter of years? And we like to accept a good challenge at Universal. And so we brought in our design team, we brought in the UK team, our partners from Warner Brothers, and our landscape architects. If you want to think of it this way, the forest is in and of itself one of the magical creatures, right? So we began all of the research, we began identifying tree farms, and from there it just kind of took on a life of its own.
Please note that the Dark Forest is strictly forbidden to all students.
Among the first challenges, creating a lush northern European forest in subtropical Orlando, Florida.
It's very difficult to grow this type of a forest in a climate like we have here in Florida.
And we've actually been to select trees all over America and finding trees that are appropriate for Scotland, a northern European cold mountainous region, and we've done that. The pines, the oaks, all the amazing grasses.
Over the past 2 years, we've been obtaining all the species of trees, and we've planted over 1,200. It took us 6 months to do it.
As the location is being perfected, engineers work on the ride itself.
We had the option of the flying car or the motorbike, and straight away motorbike won that, and we said, okay, now we have to create a motorbike. And that was a huge challenge. How do we create multiple motorbikes? How do we do that? Now you get to ride on that motorbike, and that's really special. It's absolutely authentic. It has the handlebars, it has the sidecar. You can choose which side you want to ride.
The choice of the motorbike would give riders the opportunity of experiencing the adventure on top of the motorcycle or in the sidecar.
I was the motorbike at one time and you the sidecar, and then we switched to, and it's amazing how much of a different ride it is. It's still fantastic in either one.
I'm a big fan of the sidecar. I know a lot of people are kind of into the bike, but the sidecar, just because you're quite low down and you skate along the lake, and it's actually really cool, yeah.
But the all-new coaster isn't just about thrills. The attraction also helps imagine a brand new expanded history of Hogwarts.
As we started to flesh out the story, we knew that we had to create some sort of environment within the Forbidden Forest that would give us a little dynamics, and we developed the idea of these ruins.
Scotland has many ruined architectural buildings all over it. Remnants of former castles, colleges, monasteries. So we decided this is what the ruins are. They're a remnant of a past wizarding place. Maybe this was before Hogwarts.
These ruins, they've been enveloped by the Forbidden Forest, and Hagrid has taken advantage of this abandoned facility to use it to take care of his magical creatures. We get to experience what he's done with these individual rooms and chambers within the ruins themselves.
With the forest and the ride in construction, the team moves on to the careful curating of the ride's namesake magical creatures. Coming up,
we've used some of the most advanced animatronics ever featured in a theme park here. The motion, the delicate features that they can create are really the best I've seen.
The newest addition to the wizarding world of Harry Potter Universal Orlando Resort is Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. The ride's creators have conjured up an expansive wooded setting and a famously fast motorbike that will take riders through the Forbidden Forest. Now, it's time to create the creatures who inhabit it, including one that fans have never before been able to see.
Magical creatures, there's a lot of them in this ride.
And the more times you go on it, the more you spot. There's Cornish pixies.
There's a chance to go face to face with the lovely Fluffy, all three heads of him. You're very close to him during the ride, which is pretty scary.
There's a centaur, you have to spot him really quickly. He's there with a bow and arrow.
And then a few surprises as well. That's all part of the magic.
In addition to the menagerie of magical creatures already known from the films, there are some new additions on this ride that never made it to the big screen.
We wanted to deliver something that the guests had never seen, a very dynamic and maybe slightly scary character. This took a bit of debate and discussion with our partners at Warner Brothers to identify, okay, what creature is it? Is it a dragon? You know, what could it be? But we landed on the Scroot because it was genuinely a creature that Hagrid had crossbred and created.
The blast-ended Scroots, they're talked about a lot in the book. It's like one of Hagrid's most infamous, disastrous lessons.
Blast-ended Scroots are an utterly bizarre, strange creature. And it's huge. It's maybe 10, 12 feet long, several feet high. It's more than any man can handle, but Hagrid can handle it.
We worked with the artists from the film to create, based on J.K.'s description in the literature, what this creature would look like, and it's a lot of fun. He's a big, crazy character.
To make all of these magical creatures come to life, the team of designers used the latest in animatronic technology.
It really took a huge team of extremely talented people. We really had to go to the best craftsmen, the best engineers in the industry.
We've used some of the most advanced animatronics ever featured in a theme park here. The motion, the delicate features that they can create are really the best I've seen.
But perhaps no animatronic on the ride is more impressive than that of the man himself.
Hagrid is as close to delivering on the emotions that a human face can deliver, and probably one of the most complex.
Brent Court, who was the master sculptor for the films, is the one who sculpted Hagrid's face, actually, for the figure. And of course, we did scan Robbie Coltrane's face to make sure that it was very true and authentic. We recorded all the motion of his face and his mouth to make sure we can design a mechanism that is true to his exact motion. We have 24 different body and facial motion in this figure.
Robbie Coltrane is our star, and he's very kindly lent his voice and his personality to Hagrid. We recreated his presence here.
The guys here have made him as a full working animatronic figure, which looks very realistic as well. So I think some people may even think that Robbie's here full time now.
With construction well underway and armed with a new story, a live forest and a treasure trove of magical creatures, the creators behind the attraction now bring all of the elements together, using the natural backdrop to their advantage.
Now, if you ride this roller coaster during the day, you will see a lot of incredible things in the forest, and at night is a whole different thing. It's much more mysterious, actually.
Just as it would be in real life if you were to ride a motorcycle, your way is lit only by the headlamp, and that's how you make your way through the forest. And it just creates such a unique experience because you genuinely feel like you are flying through the dark forest.
As construction on the new attraction nears completion, a number of creative engineering decisions have led to a few coaster firsts, including a noteworthy amount of high acceleration launches.
We have 7 launches, which is a world record. Within the United States, this is the first dual drop free fall coaster, which means the train actually drops free fall over 16 feet, which is pretty dynamic and pretty fun.
At one point, you're catapulted 65 feet up in the air at a 70-degree angle, and you're then launched backwards. So we're really proud of what we brought to life.
Up next, with the Story Coaster's grand opening day fast approaching, it is time for the creatives to unveil the latest addition to the wizarding world of Harry Potter.
It's an amazing moment when you can share it and see their reaction, because we love it, but I can only imagine how they're going to experience this.
After several years of intricate planning, planting, and construction, the Universal Orlando team is finally ready to unveil Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. Eager fans started lining up the night before the grand opening, hoping to be one of the first to experience the brand new attraction. Anticipation was sky high in the minutes leading up to the official opening. And for the Universal creatives behind the ride, the moment had finally arrived to unleash their latest creation.
When it's ready, and you go, I want people to experience this now, and it's an amazing moment when you can share it and see their reaction, because I can only imagine how they're going to experience it. Even for guests who don't know about Harry Potter, I think they will be converted when they experience this.
Adding to the excitement of the opening, fans were also treated to a huge surprise with the arrival of a few familiar faces. James and Oliver Phelps, Tom Felton, Ivana Lynch, and Warwick Davis were on hand to help open the new ride.
Hagrid!
The man of the hour, Robbie Coltrane, who plays Hagrid in the film series, even sent along a special message.
I am excited to welcome you. Soon you will embark on an adventure through the Forbidden Forest. Be sure to hang on to your motorbike, and most importantly, have fun, everyone.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for Robbie Coltrane!
Finally, it's time. Warwick Davis, who played Professor Flitwick, opens the ride with just a touch of magic.
Do you all remember the charm for levitation, or to make objects fly? Of course, it's Wingardium Leviosa, that's right. And don't forget the swish and flick. So follow me on 3, everyone, with their wands ready. 1, 2, 3, Wingardium Leviosa! Welcome to Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure!
After years of planning and preparations, the brand new attraction is finally open to the public. And early riders appear to be as spellbound by the story coaster as creators hoped.
It was so worth the wait.
Amazing.
Fantastic. I can't even explain it. It was speechless. I'm speechless. It's beautiful.
I've ridden it a few times now, and every time I've done it, it's been different.
New favorite ride.
Favorite ride. I mean, it captured everything, the essence of Hagrid, and we were part of his world, and it was just amazing.
There's so many different surprises and elements to this ride. You are going to be talking about it for days.
I had the best time of my life. It was amazing.
I've ridden it nearly half a dozen times now. It's bloody fast. Definitely leaves you exhilarated.
Oh, it was so fun. I was like in fits of giggles.
I mean, it's like they combined everything from all the great rides and just put it into one amazing attraction.
I'd love to think that every person who comes off this ride thinks the exact same what we do. Is one, can we go again? Two, I can't wait to tell everyone about it. And three, to know that they've been on something that is totally groundbreaking.
Everything is just perfect about the ride, honestly.
For the creative team behind Hagrid's Magical Creatures motorbike adventure, the opening of the attraction marks the end of their own incredible journey.
We knew we were going to create something really fun and joyful, but this is beyond our expectations, and the reactions have been amazing.
The Forbidden Forest has always been one of my favourite elements of the Wizarding World. To see it come to life here is incredible. And Hagrid's Magical Creatures motorbike adventure was just beyond any expectations I had.